Hello everyone, welcome to the Wonder Bear channel. Feel free to like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel. The more subscribers, the more good quality videos and podcasts. Thank you in advance. Today we will be talking about a very chilly story that happened in the year 2019 in Australia, so the story is not for the young listeners, and be aware of the chilling details about the case. This introduction will include all details on who was involved, and why was involved with this gruesome crime. In the middle of our introduction, you will have the unique opportunity to hear a direct phone call from the killer who called the dispatcher to report her crime against her own mother. Now when I have your attention, the story goes like this. A Sydney woman, Jessica Camilleri, was brutally killed and decapitated by her own daughter after refusing the help she needed. The 27-year-old Jessica Camilleri was found guilty of manslaughter by a jury after two forensic psychiatrists told the trial she was suffering from substantial impairment of the mind when she lost control. The killer, Jessica Camilleri, was a horror film addict, and she had developed a disturbing obsession from rewatching violent movies including the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Not only that, Jessica Camilleri had other important incidents like an attack on her aunt. She pulled people's hair in public, making threatening calls to strangers, and more. Unfortunately, Jessica's mother Rita believed her love could protect Jessica from her own illusion and rage, and in the end that love was paid for by her death. That terrible day in July 2019, Jessica's explosive rage was triggered completely when her mother Rita threatened to call emergency services to put her in a mental institution because of her dangerous behavior. Jessica lost her mind, and she started to drag her mother Rita down the corridor by her hair to their kitchen. Also, Jessica mentioned that her mother Rita tried to stab her with a knife, so she took the knife from her mother, and she started stabbing Jessica used 7 different knives, some of which she broke to inflict more than 100 wounds to her mother's head, and another 100 offensive wounds were found on her body. She later decapitated her mother's head, and walked the decapitated head over to her neighbors to prove she wasn't making the story up. If that is not totally insane, I do not know what it is. Now please listen to Jessica's story when she called the emergency services. You must hear to believe.
Hello, this is Alison from Police Emergency. We just received a call from this number.
Yes, I need you to get the ambulance and the police out here immediately.
To which address?
128 St. Clair Avenue. Please come. I need you. This is our immediate life or death situation.
Which suburb or town is that in?
St. Clair.
Okay, so it's 128 St. Clair Avenue, St. Clair. And what's the nearest crossroad, please?
What's the nearest one? Listen, can you talk to the neighbour? I'm flustered. Can you just talk in?
Rochford Street, is it?
Could you? Because my hand's bleeding. Yeah. Thank you. Can you talk to? Oh, my finger's broken. I can't.
Yeah.
What's happened?
I don't know. We was just at home, but she just come in screaming for help. And when suddenly I opened the door, she said, "Just help me and call the police or ambulance." And she said to me, she had a fight with her mom, I think.
My mum tried to stab me, and I killed her, I think.
So did she just say her mum tried to stab her?
I don't know because of the.
Yes.
Yeah.
With a knife. And in self-defense, I think I killed her. Yes. Can you tell him to come immediately?
Yeah. Can you please just come immediately, please?
Okay. So she believes that she may have killed her mother.
Yeah.
What's happened?
I don't know.
Mum has had enough of me because I admit I've been a challenge, and this ongoing thing's been going for months anyway. She had enough of me. She grabbed me by the hair and dragged me from my room all the way to the kitchen, and she got a knife and she tried to stab me with it, and I grabbed the knife off her because I thought she tried to stab me with it, and I grabbed the knife off her because I thought she was going to stab me, so I stabbed her back, and I was so heated up with anger, I just kept stabbing and stabbing and stabbing her, and I took off her head. Her head is, I ran to my neighbour, not this neighbour, my other neighbour before this one, who's on the other side. He was at work. I told him to call the ambulance and the police immediately. He's going to do so, but no one's at home because everyone in the family is at work now. Okay. So he wasn't much help. He said, all I can do is I'll call the police and the ambulance to my address, and I thought it was going to take a bit of time, so I ran to my other neighbour on the other side. Okay. And I had my mum's head in my hand. I know this sounds insane.
Now after hearing this crazy, sad, and shocking true story on how a daughter killed her own mother. What do you think? What are your thoughts? Was that so-called self-defense as Jessica was claiming? No way. As Jessica knew completely what she was doing. You don't stab someone more than 200 times, and you don't decapitate their head if that was self-defense. Thank you for your time. Stay tuned for a more interesting video and audio material. Feel free to share, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Thank you, and until next time, stay healthy, stay wealthy, your Wonder Bear.